that song.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
FF episode 1581, 1581, 1981 was an interesting year. That was the year where I realized I got to get ready for high school. High school's just around the corner. What's going to happen then? That's a big, whole, scary world. Do I get a car? Is there a car involved in this deal? I like that part. Welcome to Café Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley. My name is Mike.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Mike Matthews, and this is the last place on earth. So, where are we going, you and I? We are going to
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Have Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, the Brewmaster. Hey, on the last show, I actually rapped. I don't know, but I think my judgment lapsed. I was just trying to come up with a song that just would not stop. It went so long, it was bad, and I have to say, that's all I got today. I just don't have the rhyme.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I don't have the rhyme in my soul today, but I can't get used to
Mike's
this
Daily
extra sunlight
Podcast.
It's too wonderful.
Yeah.
You can stay up late and people are walking their dogs. And I walk my dog, Basil the Boxer, and we see people we know, and it's just great. It's kind of a community thing. And that community, you need to be part of a community. You can't live on an island. You can't be Marlon Brando, just sitting on an island. People not walking in. I was listening to a thing about when he sent the lady in charge of the Apache Nation to take his award when he won for The Godfather. He did that. And he didn't accept the award. She went up there and gave a speech. That was an era where a lot of people were not accepting their Academy Awards. And the Academy Awards were last weekend, believe it or not. Weren't they? Were they this?
And the Oscar goes to...
No, I don't remember. No, I don't care. It just seems like a recent thing. Look who walked in. Hi, Mom! It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How you doing?
To Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you what.
What?
Those shows are entirely too long.
Yes, and now we can move on. Not till next year. We don't have to worry about it till next year. Oh, I was looking at pictures from a year ago.
And here's today's podcast picture.
I like to see where we've been. Kind of helps us see where we're going. Or maybe not. Maybe kicks us in the butt to make us go somewhere different than where we were. And the podcast picture today actually is of someone else who just walked in. Look who else walked in.
Well, look there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant. And I brought with me a good friend who is French guy. And this thing didn't play when it was supposed to.
King, I'm French.
Hey.
Oh, I didn't know you were French, Brewmaster.
I'm not. Here, have some delicious root beer. Oh, boy.
Maybe you two should get your, backgrounds clear and straight before you come on my show. Be on my show is what I meant to say. The point is that you're on the show today. Thank you for appearing on it, Valentino, the parking attendant.
Yeah.
Phrasing?
That's fine. I like to be on this show day. Hey, how's it going, Valentino? Hey, it's going pretty good there, Disgruntled Fiddle Player. We should start a band. Yeah, I was thinking about doing a country version of that old, wonderful song that we used to dance to. What? You don't mean...
Open Gangnam Style.
Yeah, I think there'd be a good country version of that.
Hey, Jimmy Buffett was on he gets played on country radio sometimes. His Come Monday was a huge country hit. And then he was on that Alan Jackson song, It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere. I guess he's got a musical now on Broadway about him, and he was on NPR as I was driving in today, National Public Radio. And he just, he said, I'm still singing basically in the same register that I started out singing. He hasn't had to tune down, where so many musicians have to tune down because their voice drops. I don't know. I'm not a musician, but I know that they sing lower. They can't quite hit the high. Like Elton John can't quite do the whole, and I think it's gonna be a long, long time. He can't quite do that anymore. But the point is that I hit, and I was listening to that story as I hit this last light, the last light of my commute every day, because I take the side streets, because 880, anybody from the Bay Area will tell you that 880 is the weighty, it's the hate-hatey, it's the, the no 80. Nobody wants to be on that freeway. And even at 4 o'clock in the morning, it still gets accidents all the time because people in the Bay Area don't know how to drive, as we know. So I take the side streets because there's hardly any traffic. The lights generally are green. But then I get this stupid light at the very end, the last one that turns red, always turns red on me. And then it doesn't have that trigger. You know, some lights have that trigger when you pull forward. There's those like squares in the asphalt, and it's supposed to set off the light so you can make it green for you. And this light didn't do it. So, hey, guess what I did? I went right through that frickin' light this morning. I did.
No, God!
I did. And sometimes you just have to do it.
Do it!
And I did it, and I went through the light. So, yay! Yay, that's how I am here with you today, because I went through the light. Sometimes you have to. You know, at least we don't have the problems. Here in the Bay Area, we have potholes, but not like... I was watching the news from Nashville, because I love watching the local news, because that's the only thing I can watch now on my flat screen, because I do not have the regular cable like you probably have. I only have internet, and I used to have my laptop hooked up to my flat screen, and my laptop died. So I'm watching these apps that are included on the Vizio. Vizio was Sony, made TVs. And there's this, it lets me see local TV shows in Nashville, Pittsburgh, Atlanta. I found out, Charlottesville. I watched that Charlottesville's got a new train, a new like BART system that's opening tomorrow. That looked exciting. Looks very, very clean and nice. But Nashville has a big pothole problem. And what they do is because it's still really cold, they can't do the full-on pothole ceiling situation. So they just throw these rocks into the potholes. Just this gravel. And the thing is, the cars flying down the street hit that gravel. They pick up rocks. Everybody's getting rocks hitting their windshields. It's ridiculous, but they can't do anything else, apparently. But the pothole situation is really bad. That's what I found out. But I also found out yesterday when I wear my big black sweater. I got this oversized black sweater, and when I wear my kind of faded blue jeans, I get a little more attention than I usually get.
Oh, my.
Yeah. The women pay a little more attention to me. The gay men pay a little more attention to... I guess I look pretty dang good when I got...
You've got to be kidding me.
When I got this outfit on, this particular... What I'm wearing today now. No, there's a...
What is the matter with you?
I don't know how to dress myself. I don't know how to dress myself.
Something must be wrong with you.
But some outfits I wear, and that is the one, basically, it gets the women to look at me.
Which is a very good thing. Which is a very, very good thing.
Well, I don't want to take dressing tips from that guy, but hey, I wanted to share that with you. Sometimes there are outfits, and I know some of you ladies, just about anything you wear, you get looks. I don't ever get look. I'm almost 50, so I'm at that age. I've been at that age now for 10, 15 years where I am ignored. Nobody notices me that's younger. Or nobody notices me that are attractive women don't see me. And that's okay. I like to be invisible sometimes. I like to just kind of walk in and out and not be a big deal or important.
I'm very important.
I don't care.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Don't want to be seen. It's kind of nice. But my point is that was what I've encountered yesterday. Today is you gotta get cracking day. Your procrastinators are put on notice day because we got 1 month till the taxes. 1 month from today. Gosh, I am so...
Even businessmen that rob and steal and cheat from people every day, even they have to pay taxes.
Thank you, Jonathan Winters. I have to get started on it. The students walked out yesterday. Another thing, I was watching the Pittsburgh local news. Pittsburgh was showing a lot of the students out and about walking, and I felt so bad. I felt good. That one of those emotions. No, I felt really good seeing and listening to the kids of today. They're so smart. I have such faith in the future. They were like brilliant. These ones that they talked to were just, they were on camera saying the very clear, beautiful thoughts like I am not doing at this moment. So that was good. What I saw. I have faith in the future is what I'm saying. Miley Cyrus, I don't think she's our future. I think she's had her couple minutes of fame. I don't see her having many more hits in the future. I see her settling into a TV show at some point and just kind of vanishing into the woodwork. But she got sued for $300 million over that song "We Can't Stop," and there was a copyright infringement claim. The lawsuit said that Cyrus's song owes the basis of its chart-topping popularity to someone else. Okay. A Jamaican dancehall artist. That's who it is. Actually came up with the song. Claims that it was from 2013, that song. And she was sued for $300 million. Bill Gates, meanwhile, is going to meet with Trump at the White House. He's been critical of Donald Trump in recent months. The meeting scheduled to take place this afternoon is closed to the press. The two met during the transition at Trump Tower and last March at the White House, where they discussed a, quote, shared commitment to finding and stopping disease outbreaks around the world. Pierce Brosnan, remember we told you about how India wants to give him the death penalty because he promoted some kind of tobacco product in a commercial. He told the Indian authorities, actually, that he was cheated by a mouth freshener company that had employed him to promote its brand. Then, do you remember Pierce Brosnan? No? He was James Bond for a little bit. He was Remington Steele. He was in the movie about ABBA that had ABBA songs, and he sings in it. And I'm not looking that up. I will not do that. The astronauts' DNA, there were the twins, and one of the twins went up into space for a year. Apparently, his DNA no longer matches his Earth-bound twin. That would be astronaut Scott Kelly. Isn't that all? That's also the name of the Georgia governor, I believe. He spent a year in space. And don't you love it when they're unsure about what they're saying, and they just say, "I believe," after it? That's my caveat. I believe. The astronaut Scott Kelly spent a year in space, returned a changed man. Kelly, who lived on the International Space Station while his identical twin Mark Kelly stayed on Earth, returned with 7% of his genes altered. 7%. Leah Remini used to be a Scientologist. You may have seen her show called, Leah Remini Scientology. Days after the Church of Scientology announced it was starting its own television network, and I noticed they have a lot of commercials running on the radio A&E renewed a series dedicated to taking down the controversial religious group. Leah Remini, Scientology, and the Aftermath is the name of the show. It's going to be now getting its third season. The series, in which the Kevin Can Wait star, former Scientologist, says she wants to expose the religion's alleged mistreatment of its members, won a 2017 Emmy for Outstanding Informational Series or Special. A&E also picked up 4 new docu-series, all of which have working titles. Lost for Life, about children who were given life sentences after murdering someone, but who are now out thanks to a Supreme Court decision. Or no, they are now allowed to plead their case. Okay, yeah, they have some crappy shows on that channel. They have A&E, they have all these shows I don't want to watch. But perhaps you enjoy their type of reality TV. President Trump admits to making up the trade claim in a meeting with Justin Trudeau. He freestyled with the facts when talking trade, when talking with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada. The good-looking guy. He's 46, from Ottawa, Canada. As we go outside a Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Anyway. This has been a wonderful show, hasn't it? So much. If you want to hear me rap, go to the last show. That was fascinating. Oh, and one last thing. The Lucas Museum. George Lucas has a museum, and he has a song that I can't find. Here it is. From some movie he did. And in January, he announced that he had selected Los Angeles to be home to the $1.5 billion museum. And they broke ground yesterday. And that's the end of me reading the internet to you. But I'm just getting you up to speed. Up to speed with this world in which we live. In which I didn't get a call from my coworker worried about if we're not dotting our T's and crossing our I's. My eyes are crossed right now because I've done too much show, I think. I need to get my sexy sweater back on. Hey, have a great show. Shay, have a great Shay. You know what I'm trying to say. Enjoy your day. And I will talk to you on the next show, hopefully, which will have Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley. Thank you for listening to episode 1581. 1581!
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!